This is Starlux Airlines, a new premium airline from Taiwan that looks to shake up the market. Today, I'll be flying from Asia to Los Angeles. Nope, not LAX. One of the most hyped airlines in a while that went from unknown to premium in 5 years. A $4,000 flight for only $40. I'm YoungMin. I solo travel to 127 countries, all while working a full-time office job by maximizing my vacations and points. And now I'm finally on YouTube to take you along for the journey. Welcome to the adventure.
Prepare for landing.
Fresh off my amazing flight on Zhao's new A350 1000 first class, flying from Paris to Tokyo and then onward back to Seoul, it's now time to head back to LA. I take a short hop from Seoul to Taipei on Jeju Air before heading to LA Ontario Airport, not LAX. This is the only other airport in LA Metro that serves direct flights across the oceans. Ontario serves the San Gabriel Valley, the largest Chinese empire in the US, and you had China Airlines and EVA Air serving direct flights to and from Taipei, a much smoother journey than LAX. I got off my Jeju Air flight and cleared passport control to come landside to the check-in desk. Side note, Starlux is building an expansive Asia route network, but I'm so bummed they don't fly to Seoul. Does anyone know why? Let me know in the comments. It was pouring outside, so I decided to explore the airport for my 9-hour layover. So I asked one Starlux agent if I can check in early, and they said come back 4 hours before departure. Your boy don't quit. So I asked another agent, and she made some calls and checked my bags, and
a great success!
So me being entitled, I head to the priority lane and I get denied. Not for business passengers apparently. Back inside airside, Taiyuan is a sleepy but cozy and efficient airport. I was last year 2 years ago to fly EVA Air Business, a pretty old product but stellar soft product. The airport is kinda cute, but Terminal 3 opening later this year will be lit. Walking through the terminal. As a Korean, I found it fascinating that there are actually Air China planes here, but it turns out there's a robust market between the two countries. I just love how they made each gated travel theme showcasing the best of Taiwan, which has less than half the population of Korea and yet has 2 solid legacy full-service carriers. Enter Starlux, a new premium airline from Taiwan with big goals to shake up the Asian transit market. It's surprising how much capacity Taiwan has as a key hub between the US and Southeast Asia. There was so much hype before they actually started regional operations in 2020, and only 5 years in, they're already a Skytrax 5-star airline. Their first long-haul route was LAX in 2023, and in summer 2025, they started flying to Ontario. Only a month later, I got a chance to fly the new route, so hello Ontario, goodbye LAX. And finally we get to the Starlux Terminal 2 Galactic Lounge by Gate D7. They have a smaller lounge at Terminal 1, but this seems to be the flagship lounge. The right side is first class, and on the left, you pass through the super cool space portal door. And I'm absolutely geeking at this point, a space-themed Snoopy Aviation Lounge. The free-for-all food on display was pretty solid, with all sorts of beverages and some hot food. But look at that dessert display. There's not much seating here, but I was in for a big surprise. Space bathrooms with a bidet and runway toilet paper. Too good to use. I was in for a long visit, so the entire bottom floor was blocked off, but the staff allowed me to use it all by myself. All this open seating. So I had my pick. And here's where I slept for a few hours in absolute peace. There's a VIP room that they wouldn't allow me to see, separate refreshment bar here, and more open seating. You go to the front desk to get a key card to open up my spaceship bathroom, and honestly, this was the best airport lounge shower I've ever used. Back upstairs, you scan the QR code and I struck gold. Look at all these options, unlimited, and it was all scrumptious. Overall, at first glance, it seemed pretty small, but this lounge ended up being so refreshing, 4.5 stars. I head over to the gate, and we head down into our holding pen. Boarding started on time. In Onboard, first glance, the vibes felt so comfortable, and somehow the space pod concept continued. Here's a first class row, and my seat is the business bulkhead 2 Alpha. Today's A350-900 is a 4-class layout with the first row being first class, aka business premium. This is what they call new production standard A350 with the latest tech featuring 4 inches in extra width from the same fuselage but with compressed insulation materials. There's a total of 26 Collins Elements business class seats in a 1-to-1 configuration, all with direct aisle access. 2 lavs in the rear of the cabin and 1 first class pilot bathroom in the front. First things first, we start with a prayer of thanks. And what a welcome start. The amenity kit today is by 3. It's a pretty standard kit with toothbrush, eye mask, lotion pouch, comb, welcome card, earplugs, and socks. And here's the lotions and potions pouch. The footwell test did not pass. I really dread these triangle footwells. After finishing my business beverage, we've got slippers and pajamas. The color scheme wasn't that great, but the logo on the back was super. And this just might beat the Q Suites blanket. And to top it off, the pillow was businessy and plush and firm. Now the safety video. This blew my mind. Everything was space themed up until now, and they wrapped it up with this and knocked it out of the park. You can tell they spent premium money on this. 5 stars. I wanted to take off in comfort, so I entered the loo. They really picked the smallest dimensions to make this, but the aesthetics were nice. You got a plant for no reason, aroma diffuser, packaged hand towels, floss picks, mouthwash packs, another flower, but the big miss here is no trash can stepper. I changed into the loungewear, which is comfy, but to be honest, the color scheme, my first thought was, oh, that looks like turd. The flight time today will be 13 hours to LA Ontario Airport. Again, I can't emphasize how excited I am not to fly to LAX. Hundreds of flights through there, and this will be a completely new experience. Unfortunately, no tail camera on this plane. The 24-inch 4K touchscreen IFE was pretty high quality. A surprising amount of movies, lots of TV shows in all different languages, and you scroll all the way to the right. Since there are no physical menus today, you can head over and tap on the digital menu and bring your headphones because we got Bluetooth. Overall, the IFE seemed packed. It didn't seem lacking and it was very responsive. And if you have short arms, you can take out the swipe remote controller for the IFE out of the side storage that I'll show you later. The Starlux branded noise cancelling headphones were pretty cool. Again, space themed, but the quality? Meh. And we do have Wi-Fi on this flight. Tediously enter a promo code and then your personal info to select the complimentary access for business class. Honestly, this is edited. It took way longer than this. After all that, you connect and you can maybe send one email. This is a long flight. You might feel trapped if you have a bunch of stuff to do and you're only pulling emails. Business travelers may not approve. And here's a little sneak peek at first class. With the new generation of game-changing first class coming out, as well as new-gen business constantly improving, this is firmly a business premium deluxe. It's just the front row and not a separate cabin. No options to bid for it, no way to book it with miles, so all 4 seats were empty. You got higher walls, a lot more space, true bulkhead footwell, some premium suite lining, and a minibar. And now we start our dining with salad, yogurt, and a whole bakery. Then comes the main, chicken and ravioli with veggies. And lastly, some fruits, and look at this, attention to detail. Maybe they thought I was making a mess, but many towelettes, and to top it off, hot towel at the end. And now the ultimate seat tour. The privacy door is near shut, no awkward gap, and there's a nice click when you open and close it. Coat hook. The pull in and out bifolding tray table is thick, solid and sturdy. You can slide it all the way in and out while you're working or eating to get in and out of the seat. And for those sitting in 2A, you have bonus storage here. And again, the foot dungeon, a makeshift trash can I made, and your seat command center to adjust your seat to your liking, including massage mode, light controls, and control the windows. Moving on, I found lamps really make or break the interior vibe, but this one nailed it. You have your storage number 1, and on the side, storage number 2 closet with your mirror, headphones, amenity kit, bottle of water, wireless charging, your jacks, ports, and your retractable swipe remote controller. Electro-dimmable windows, your armrest can either go down or you can bring it up to fold it back down for bed mode. And lastly, what's missing? Individual air nozzles. After all that, it's time to sleep, so I asked the crew for turn-down service, and I come back to my sky bed. The bedding was super comfy on top of the blanket and the pillow we got earlier, but the footwell again. Now I struggle with the shoulder space here, and the right side has plenty of room. But because of the footwell, I can't even sleep sideways. The cabin lights dimmed, even though there's always that one guy. I slept for a solid 3 hours before I had to force myself up because I had to hit the menu and order a snack menu. I'm going with the fried pork cutlet sandwich. It was satisfying and crunchy. And then we have our porridge, which is hot, and it hit the spot. So heavy with food coma, I spent the next few hours watching a lot of good movies, pondering life, struggled to send an email through, remoisturized, and just like that, 2 hours before landing, the final meal service began with a fruit melon salad. And somehow they do bread really well here. Yeah, and the porridge really wasn't my thing. And at long last, the main beef plate. Do it for the gram. It was tender, rich, and succulent.
A succulent Chinese meal.
For dessert, a fruit plate along with ice cream and a nice gesture of chocolate. 13 hours flashed by and it was time to land. So let's get into it. How I booked. Alaska is the only airline that I know of that you can redeem miles for Starlux flights. So I found plenty of award seats 2 weeks before departure, so I picked my date and waited to book with 75k Alaska miles and just $40 in taxes. The cash price for this ticket would have cost nearly $4,000. And now for our final review. The airport is slightly dated, but it was nice. The lounge was refreshing, but I gotta ding Taoyuan Airport for not having premium class expedited security lines for business passengers. The seat itself is just a refresh of the old gen, nothing revolutionary, but it's got all the new tech. However, the biggest thing is the triangle footwell. Dining. The entire dining experience felt elevated, like these guys knew what they were doing. Maybe it had a little too much flair that escaped me, but some dishes were kinda weird, but overall, it was great. Service and crew. This was the biggest surprise. A brand new airline, but it felt like the crew and service were seasoned veterans and they were flawless. I'm sure they're all ex-China or EVA. Everything was super hospitable, professional, and well operated. 5 stars. And the arrival experience. This was super interesting. We're on a wide-body twin aisle and we get off the jet stairs to get on the ground. There's no other planes ahead of us, so we're the first in line for immigration. Global entry took me all of 4 seconds to clear, and the baggage claim time was minimal. The only downvote that I can give is there are no good public transit because everything's run by cars here, and just overall the airport being kind of old without any amenities. But the final score? This was an amazing experience. I came with 0 expectations, but they blew my mind. 4.5 stars. Kala and Asiana better be worried about transit competition. 대한항공과 아시아나 주의 바랍니다. 경쟁사들은 계속 발전하고 있는데 뒤처지기 전에 합병을 할 거면 빨리 끝내고 함대와 라운지 현대와의 속도를 좀 빨리 내주세요. 응원합니다. Thanks for watching. I'm just starting to record my adventures on YouTube, so subscribe and stay tuned for lots more.